What's up YouTube, it's Zapdos TCG here and welcome back to another TCG battle video on my channel. Today we're going to be playing with the first place winning Azumarill list. Yeah, that's right, I never thought I would be saying this, but Azumarill won a big online tournament with around 159 players. We have M. Brooks piloting Azumarill. So we're going to be checking out all the fuzz about this card and the deck in general. So hopefully you guys are excited. If you are, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. Only takes one tiny second every time and helps out the channel tremendously. So as I was saying, Azumarill is one of those cards that people are actually overlooking. You have a card being able to slap 230 damage for just a single Psychic Energy if you have a Tera Pokemon in play. So the Tera Pokemon we are actually putting in play is going to be the Corner Mask Ogerpon EX, because that is actually immune from damage from Pokemon that have abilities, which is most Pokemon in the format right now, which is very awesome. And if you're up against your weakness, you might say, oh, I'm damaging myself, which is very bad against stuff like Dragapult. That's where Lily's Clefairy EX comes into play, which is super awesome. We can even buff the damage output up with Black Belt's Training, 2 copies of that in here, and a lot of Balsasaur. So we're going to try and focus on the 2/2 price trade. We even have Unfair Stamp and a Pidgeot EX in there as well. So the reason why Pidgeot EX is in there, so you can fetch any card you want. There is of course a rare candy in the mix as well, and because you have Noctowl, you can get like candy Ultra Ball combos going, and as soon as Pidgeot is online, you can do a lot of crazy stuff. Even 2 copies of Jacques in the list to be able to get your evolutions out as quickly as possible. So we're going to be testing out this 60. Hopefully you guys are excited, and also go check out the sponsors that make the videos possible. They are on the screen right now. DragonShield.com for your sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. Use the coupon ZAPDOS5 and get 5% off your order. TC Evolutions for your damage counters and ability tokens. You can get 10% off using the coupon ZAPDOSTCG. PokemonStore.com for your TCG Live code cards. You can get 5% off. Get those illustration rares, secret rares, because they are currently not craftable until the set Journey Together is out for like 6 months. There's also cardmarket.com for European players, where you're able to buy as well as sell cards to people all across Europe. Let's dive into some gameplay with Azumarill of all things. I have no idea if we're going to be able to win games. The 60 also consists of a lot of like unusual high-offs in the set. Like actually in the deck we have like 2 copies of Black Belt, 2 copies of Jacques. Will this even be consistent? That is the question. Luckily we still have access to something like Fan Rotom to get our Hoothoots out. Cornerstone might win games on its own, which is actually pretty good as well. So let's lead off with Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon and see if we're able to do something. Maybe we just power this one up. Okay, looks like we're gonna be up against Future Box. Interesting. Future Box does come back with a lot of like Pokemon out there that... Yeah, I'm gonna just get the fella over here. Fan Rotom could also get the Pidgey out. We have an Ultra Ball in hand, so it's gonna have to be this one. And then with Fan Rotom, we get ourselves Hoothoot, Noctowl, Pidgey. All of these out. Let's go. And then we can also establish a Marill, I would say, because if we get like 1 energy, we're good to go. So let's go with this. Pidgey, Hoothoot. We already have a Azumarill in hand, which is very great. We're gonna go for Earthen Vessel already to get rid of the area 0 under depth, which we most likely will not need. I will just go with these. Accelerate the fighting energy already. Sounds good to me. I also have the Unfair Stamp, which could be super nice, but let's just attach here. The Ultra Ball can then be a Marill, and the Marill is going to be one of the strongest Pokemon we have. So I think I'll have to go for this strategy. Just get the Marill on board. And then go from there. Because we do have Stretcher here. So, and they most likely will attack with... Yeah, this seems great. This seems great. We're going to end the turn. So our main strategy is we can always go like Crispin and attack with Cornerstone. That is an option. Unfortunately, I did accelerate the fighting energy already, but here's the Judge. It doesn't matter too much here. Turn 1 Judge. And we have the Noctowl, which is all we need. Noctowl can get us Ultra Ball and I would say Stretcher, and that means we can attack with Azumarill. Depends on which Pokemon they're using to attack with, so there's a generator going on. They actually judged themselves. They generated into nothing. Let's see what they come back with. Are they gonna retreat? They cannot retreat until they have the Future Energy Boost Capsule. If they don't have that, our Azumarill will be able to attack on the very second turn of the game with a 230 damage output. So we already know exactly what we want. So that's super awesome. You even have the Psychic Energy. So we can go Psychic Energy to Marill. go with the Noctowl. I think since the Iron Hands does not even have energies, we don't need to go too crazy. So what I'll be doing is getting out the... I would get out Jacques, to be honest. Jacques and Rare Candy seems like the perfect combo to me, because with that we can get Azumarill as well as Pidgeot EX. So that's going to be a very strong combo. Pidgeot EX, Azumarill. We Candy into Pidgeot. We can get any card we want, by the way. We can evolve into Azumarill. We can manually retreat. Get the Azumarill for 1 energy, slapping 230, slapping down an additional Marill, and we're actually going to be going Quick Search, and I most likely will already get out an Azumarill just in case they can attack us. That means we can get some more stuff going later. So let's go, 230 damage output. That's crazy. Azumarill, what are you doing, man? That is insane. Thinking about Azumarill, it makes me think about back in the days of XY, where we had an Azumarill, which was actually pretty good with Aqua Jet. I don't know if you've played the video games or not, but I, at one point, did upload a couple of VGC gameplay videos during the days. I think it was 2016, if I'm not mistaken. So, interesting stuff. Azumarill has a soft spot in my heart. I also have a shiny on my Emerald copy, which is awesome. Okay, there's a Mew. They're gonna draw 1 card. So, as you see, a Pokemon being able to slap 230 damage for just a single energy is very good. You might think, oh no, if they do something like a Wellspring, they're gonna knock out 2 of my Pokemon, but if you can get establish enough Marill, you're good to go. And now that we do have Pidgeot EX online, we can get any card we want. So props to the opponent for still playing, because our setup looks very great. The only thing we need to do is like Pidgeot, get Stretcher, or get another energy, and then attack with another Azumarill, because most of these Pokemon will actually swing. Yeah. We also had to give up on our Unfair Stamp, unfortunately, in the beginning of the game. 1 energy going onto Iron Hands, and that's why you don't play Future Box, mates. It's looking like, yeah, we just have to go 2-2-2. Yeah, a lot of these Pokemon does. Yeah, they're still stuck, so Azumarill will go crazy. So we go Azumarill. Might as well knock... Yeah, this we can knock out with anything. So we're gonna go Earthen Vessel, get rid of the Pidgey, get myself some more energies. Accelerate energies here. Go with the Pidgeot with the Quick Search. And get myself the boss for next turn. Already. Let's go. And off we go. 230 damage. Let's go. That's Azumarill is going through like a lot of 2-price Pokemon. Quite easily, I might add. So this is awesome. I love when rogue decks come out of the out of the woodworks, out of nowhere, when people don't expect them to be good, and then they're winning a tournament. And it's not a small tournament, by the way. It's like 159 players. That does indicate that the deck has some potential, because, yeah, it's not like a City League where only 64 people are playing. 159 players, so insane. Azumarill getting some light in at the top table. So again, big shout out to M. Brooks piloting that to first place finish and winning in the finals against, I was think, was it Poison Archaludon? Really? Very impressive, for sure. But yeah, you do have the Cornerstone as well. So in specific matchups, you can easily go, yeah, we have Bulbasaur's in hand. I don't know what the opponent is thinking, but they are going down for sure. There's not a lot they can do here. Unless they have some sort of sniping capabilities that can take care of both of my Azumarill, we will win the game. Okay, Prime Catcher. Are they gonna get rid of Pidgeot? Alright. Prime Catcher? You need some more energies, man. Yeah, Future Box. People were actually overhyping this. Like, oh, Future Box is now great in the post-rotation format. It doesn't. The basic thing is like it doesn't lose anything, so that's why the deck is still viable. You still have your Iron Crowns, your Miraidons, your Iron Hands, your Mew EX, your Arvens, all that stuff still in the deck. So nothing has changed, and that's why the deck is still reasonable. Okay, energy going onto Miraidon of all things. Sure. What are you gonna do now? We have 2 Azumarill waiting. They can, you can go after, of course, the Cornerstone. That is an option to actually reset the ability of Azumarill, because as you all know, Azumarill comes back with the glistening bubbles. If there's no Tera Pokemon in play, you actually need like 4 energies to do the attack, and that's exactly what they're going for here, with Prime Catchering up the Cornerstone. There's energies in the discard pile. There's energies in my hand. We can attach retreat. Maybe they think we don't play that many energies. Maybe they want to knock this guy out. But there's night stretchers and all that, so yeah. They're gonna accelerate onto Marill. Now we're gonna just onto Iron Hands, and we're just gonna knock out Iron Hands in one shot. It's just how powerful it is. And we're not gonna attack with this guy, otherwise we get knocked out as well. So the easiest thing to do, like, and 230 is such a beautiful number, by the way. Attach a retreat. Azumarill, the double edge attack for 230 damage for just single psychic energy. Let's go. Okay, now they have to like accelerate the energies, even though we've already won, but it's fine. I can actually, yeah, they didn't do too much. Here we go. Hoothoot and Iono were the last couple of prizes. So, I don't know. This deck feels interesting, to say the least, because most of the time you just rely on Jacques to get your evolutions out to the deck. You have your Buddy Puffins. Luckily, the Marill does have 70 HP. That really helps. Okay, we've evolved into the Tyranitar League. I wonder which opponent we will see in that league. So we are still playing the Journey Together format, the post-rotation format for the people that were wondering. It is a very interesting time to be playing the Pokemon TCG, as rotation just got into effect. Actually, for competitive tournaments, it will only go into effect on April 11th. So you can still play your Lugias for a couple of days. I would say like only one weekend. If you're playing a League Challenge or a League Cup, you can still play V-Stars, Radiant Pokemon, all that. But after April 11th, in the competitive scene, you can no longer play yeah, older cards, yellow border cards, as I was saying. So Scarlet and Violet onwards. Does this deck want to go first or second? I think it wants to go first. Yeah, to just, yeah, an evolution-based deck. You have your Fanarotoms, your Hoothoots, all that. Okay, let's see. Coming back with a Hoothoot, and that's about it. Okay, that's not good. Depends on which deck we're up against, but I'm already glad I won one game with this wacky deck. Maybe we get out the Fanarotom, do some stuff there. Fezandipiti, interesting. Okay, Buddy Puffin. I love the Buddy Puffin. So I'm gonna get Fanarotom, and I'm gonna get my Marill out. Marill! And then we go with the Fan Call, getting out my Noctowl, getting out a Hoothoot, getting out a Pidgeot. The classics. And we need a Tera Pokemon in play as well, so don't forget. So we're gonna slap down Pidgeot, slap down Noctowl, actually Hoothoot, and I'm gonna go for this one. We still have Area 0 under depth to slap down more Marills, but there's a lot of Marills price, to be honest. Area 0 under depth, 2 copies, so that's fine. I'm gonna slap this guy down. We will attach to the Hoothoot, and that means we will be able to have a turn 2 Marill, a Azumarill slap for 230 damage while there is a 2-prizer in play. And it looks like we're up against Iono's Bellibolt. Iono's Bellibolt does come back with an ability, so Cornerstone will not be able to be removed from play, which is awesome. An Iono time. This is an Iono I don't like to see because we had Noctowl in hand. What is this? This is the worst. Well, we do have balls, so at least we can Fanarotom, Area 0 under dab, knock out Iono's Tadbulb, whatever it's called. Tadbulb, yeah, that's what it is. At least we can do that. Could be better, but we can attack with Rotom. Don't forget, Squawkabilly, another 2-prizer. Love to see it. Unfortunately, we were Iono'd into like nothing. That's not cool at all. If they only are having one of these, this is gonna be great. Okay, Buddy Puffin, more stuff coming. Not good, not good. Luckily, everything has an ability here, so we can wall off with Cornerstone. That's an option as well, because this one will have an ability. This one will have an ability. It's fine. 230 is also not the reasonable number. I think we're gonna have to focus on Cornerstone, although there are two prizers in play. So there's that. So maybe we just focus on knocking out this little fella. They will be able to get the energy back with Levincia Stadium card. Interesting. Maybe we top deck Noctowl, you never know. They most likely will retreat. That means we don't need to use a Boss's Orders. I guess. Yeah, this one has a lot of HP, people cannot hit this guy. Come on, the top deck of the century. It's a fighting type energy. If we had Crispin, we can get ourselves going. We do not. We do not have this. We can already slap Area 0 under Dev down. So they don't have Levincia Stadium. Interesting. Yeah, this is not good. We're gonna have to retreat. And most likely I will also need to reshuffle the deck because all my owners were on the bottom of the deck. Fezandipiti, Noctowl, all that good stuff. Crispin, yeah, if I were able to accelerate to the Cornerstone, that would be nice, but I'm just gonna try and take some prize cards right here. Also taking care of their draw power seems nice. They do have the Fezandipiti for more draw power. We took the first prize, which is awesome. Lily's Clefairy not being able to do anything against this battle. They don't play Dragon-type Pokemon. Our Fanrodon will go down, but then we can focus on Boss's Order's attachment to Azumarill if we ever do. They don't alter our hand. They're gonna go for an Arven. At one point, we will need to swing with this. Or Unfair Stamp and put Cornerstone in the active position. Don't even know if they have a regular other Pokemon that they can deal with. Like, without abilities? That would be awesome if they don't have any of those. Everything currently has an ability, that means Cornerstone is safe. Fanrodon took the first KO, which is awesome. We only have one Night Stretcher as well, so... even like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If they knock everything out that we currently have in play, they don't win the game. Which is awesome. Which means we can focus on Cornerstone. Can't Alone no longer in the format is super awesome. Another Pokemon with an ability. Love to see it. Energy to the Kilowatt Troll. An Ultra Ball as well. They're gonna get the Iono's Bellibolt. Arven goes away. So this is a classic Iono's Bellibolt deck. There's no way we can hit for 280 damage. So Azumarill not too great. We can still focus on Kilowatt Troll, Fezandipiti, and... Oh, they have the Voltorb. Okay. Now that changes literally everything. We could have stalled out as well, by the way. There was an option where we just promoted, but you never know if they're playing Turo, right? So that would be maybe a bad decision. But Voltorb is up and ready to go. Flipping the script as well. Voltorb has 70 HP, so if they do focus on our Cornerstone, we can retaliate with the Fanrodon, I guess. Oh, 200 damage output. Yowza. Okay. Interesting. Our hand is very bad. It is very, very bad. We do have balls, but that's it. What do we do? Promote a Hoothoot? We could top deck a Azumarill. We cannot. If we don't top deck a Azumarill, we're pretty screwed. Yeah, I guess we have no shot. We have no other choice. We have no other choice. And Voltorb is a Pokemon that you can knock out with Fanrodon, so at least there's that. Azumarill, let's go! Fine, that was the top deck of the century. I'm gonna leave the Voltorb alone for now. I'm gonna try and focus on the other Pokemon right there. Boss's Orders on Fezandipiti. And we have the Night Stretcher, which could resummon the... I don't know if I want to get the Fanrodon, but at least it will be a Pokemon that is able to take KOs, right? All the rest cannot attack. So I guess we have no other shot but to go for a Fanrodon. Fanrodon, slapping him down, go for it, and we take 2 prizes here. Awesome. That was a top deck I really needed. Okay, 3 prizes to go. Fez on board. We have Ultra Ball Rare Candy, so if they don't Iono us right now, we should be good to go. Currently we have 2 energies, that means if we double edge one more time on a Squawk, we win, and if we use Assault Landing on a Voltorb, we also win. They can take care of our 2 prize Pokemon right here, then we respond with Fanrodon, slap down the Azumarill will be surviving as well. They have Raging Bolt as well, crazy. Okay, we have 3 energies in our discard pile. Luckily we do play Super Rod, so that can get our energies back, but it's an interesting situation to be in. We're in the lead, by the way. 3 prizes to go. Luckily, the opponent also plays Raging Bolt. So if they ever attacking with Raging Bolt, we can Crispin and Lily. Crispin, Lily shenanigans, actually pretty good. The Levincia Stadium. I didn't want to overlap that because I really want to be using my Area 0 under that at one point. I don't even care if they get enough energies here. We did knock out Pokemon without energy, so okay. Knockout on the Azumarill. Let's go. So Fanrodom strikes again. And we're gonna get... yeah, the drop power there prevents them from something like an unfair stamp. We have Jacques as well. It's crazy. We're gonna have to slap down Aerial Zero under dev. Let's go. We will have to... We have Jacques with to get the other fella out, right? Yeah, let's go with that. Get ourselves Pidgeot EX. We have the candy in hand. We're gonna get a Noctowl as well. Let's go. Candy Pidgeot. Gonna put the fighting energy on the Fanrodom. And I will go for Quick Search. Now I will get... I need 2 Marills, right? So I need the Super Rod first. Super Rod time. Get Marill back, this one back. Do I need more energies back? Most likely not. Although having them more in the deck is a little bit easier though. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with these. Shuffle these back. Then I will go for a Noctowl play. And with the Noctowl, I will get myself Buddy Puffin. Let's go. And an Unfair Stamp. Oh, Unfair Stamp. Could get us more Pokemon in play, but we could still use that later, right? Maybe it's better to go for an Iono. Although Iono doesn't get us more cards, right? We will be in a low amount of cards, and maybe to go after Pidgeot EX. Do we still have Noctowls left? Yeah, we still have a Noctowl left. Okay. Let's go with these. Buddy Puffin. Marill. Activation. We have the energy, we have the Ultra Ball. We have the Pidgeot EX. So, let's go with that. We have the Iono for next turn, so I don't even know if I need Iono or Boss. Depends on which Pokemon they're using to attack with. Yeah, they have a lot of cards in hand, but they will draw regardless with Iono's Kilowattrel, so it doesn't matter too much. Okay, so... Fanrodom becoming one of the strongest attackers currently. They most likely will target down, I would say, Cornerstone Ogerpon. But if they do that... Oh yeah, there is still an option where we can use the Black Belt Azumarill combo. And the cool thing is, if we slap down Lilith Clefairy, maybe I should have proactively slapped it down, but it's another 2 prizes they could go after. Then we can easily knock out the Raging Bolt with our good friend Azumarill. So... Depends on which Pokemon they're using to attack with, and it also comes down to if they Iono or not. If they Iono, they don't boss. So, interesting. They could still Prime Catcher, I guess. But they're not going to draw too many cards, as they already have a lot of cards in hand, so. We need to go after either Squawkabilly or Raging Bolt. Night Treacher. I did not go for... Maybe I should have proactively slapped down Fezandipiti. But the Ultra Ball means I can get Noctowl, so didn't want to do that. But still, very close games with the Azumarill deck of all things. I did not expect this whatsoever. Love to see the innovation that's currently going on. Okay, they're going to go with that. They're going to try and go for Prime Catcher most likely, if they can find it even. 13 cards left in deck. Flipping the script. If they don't have it, that would be great. Tree Arwen. Yeah, luckily I did not go for an Iono. Looks like they didn't find it. They're gonna have to reattach and retreat. And that means the Pokemon they're attacking with, if I were them, I most likely would attack with a Bellibolt. Because that Pokemon has more HP than the rest of them. And yeah, I think... Oh, there's a boss. No Iono. That's awesome. Pidgeot EX. We do have Ultra Ball for Noctowl, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Okay, so that means Ultra Ball, Noctowl, and the Noctowl gets an Ultra Ball and the boss. Yeah. And then we win. If we have... Can we have enough stuff here? They're gonna go after the Pidgeot, which is bad. Interesting. We can also get the Fezandipiti on board. Go, and we can still play. We cannot deal with an Iono's Bellibolt, by the way. Unfortunately not. Okay. So it has to be a Marill. Okay. Nuzball, that really helps out. Nuzball will mean Fezandipiti. Fezandipiti can draw some more cards, and then we should be able to get there, because we even have access to Ultra Ball and even Unfair Stamp. So we need Ultra Ball and Boss, right? Okay, easy to get. Flipping the script first. Another Pidgeot EX. We already have Boss, so energy. Yeah, we don't need anything, so energy to the Marill. We Ultra Ball these fellas away. Get the Azumarill. Slap down the Azumarill. And we boss up the Squawkabilly as planned. Let's go. So Azumarill taking another dub here on the channel. So what cool deck is this? There was a lot of options right there, but yeah, they went after Pidgeot, meaning they cannot alter our hand. With the Ultra Ball in hand, we had Noctowl, so we were actually ensuring dubs right there. Let's go. Unique deck list, but it is working out. So that's the second dub of the day. We're going to be playing some more with this unique Azumarill deck. I love when people actually create innovative lists like these. I'm all hyped for it. That's like the best content I want to make is on decks that people have never seen before. So let's dive into some more gameplay. If you guys are experiencing some joy with seeing Azumarill in play, let me know by rocking the hell out the like button. Helps out in many ways to support the channel. You have no idea. I'm forever grateful if you would do so. With that being said, another game. And the cool thing is that because you have Clefairy in the deck, every Dragon type Pokemon you can hit for weakness, so that's awesome. I want to go first? Of course I want to go first. I want to have some buddy Puffin action hype. Come on. We had a buddy, but no Pokemon. Opponent also didn't have a Pokemon. They are most likely playing Terapagos. Again, no Pokemon. This is my mulligan, and the opponent has Mamoswine. Ooh. I don't even know how that matchup goes. I most likely will lose because our damage output is quite limited. I don't know. I'm not gonna count me out quite yet, but I think Mamoswine is a very difficult matchup for Azumarill, as although we can still go with the Cornerstone, right? I think everything has an ability. Everything will have an ability, right? So is there a world where they can deal with a Cornerstone? Mamoswine typically plays Blaziken or Garganicle or Luxray or Klinklang or Pidgeot EX. All of them have one thing in common. They are having tons of abilities. So I think I'll have to go Cornerstone, showcasing the other part of the deck here. We had aggro Azumarill, but now we're gonna have to go with our good friend Cornerstone, and then accelerating energies like that. But with this hand, it's gonna be quite difficult. Slapping down the Marill to start off with, I guess. Maybe we top deck rare candy. There's one rare candy in the deck. What are the odds? What are the odds? Opponent's picking a number. How many mulligans did we have? We have like a lot of basics, right? 6, 8, 10, 13 basics, and we got tons of mulligans. Unfair. Okay, we have a Jacques. We can get an Azumarill out, but that's where the fun will end. Maybe the Iono. You never know. The only thing we need to do, try to survive, slap down Cornerstone. Can we make that happen? 2 Swine up. And that's what I mean with this awkward supporter lineup. Like Black Belt, Jacques, typically they don't get you cards. And that's an issue. Well, at least I will have a Pidgeotto out, so as long as they don't boss. As you see, all the Pokemon that you currently have in play, we did test out Mamoswine before on the channel, so you know that the deck comes back with tons of things with abilities, so if we can surprise them and if they evolve everything, the only thing we need to slap down is the Cornerstone and we win. So we have some time, not that much, depends on if they have an energy as well. They have the TM Evo, they have the Earthen Vessel, okay. That means we are on a clock. We are on a clock. That means with the Mamoswines out, they can evolve everything and start swinging. So at least if they don't boss, we might have Pidgeot EX out. Pidgeot EX also being resistant to fighting. Okay. I'm not giving up quite yet. I see a win condition. As soon as I see a win condition, I keep on playing. Okay, we have an energy. We can actually swing and knock out the swine up. That would be beautiful. Yeah. We cannot do it because there's a problem. There's a very big problem. I'm gonna tell you what the problem is, mates. The problem is that we don't have Cornerstone in play quite yet. So there's nothing we can do. At least we can 10 out the deck. Can evolve into Pidgeotto. Can evolve into Azumarill. And we're calling it that. I'm not gonna accelerate as well. Doesn't matter. Because I most likely will get knocked out. I'm saving my energies here. So let's see. They might... If they don't Iono, we can Pidgeot and get Cornerstone into play, which is super awesome. This guy is able to hit us a little bit, but it's not going to be too... Whoa, doesn't matter. Like, they have the Mamoswine. Energy to the Mamoswine. Pidgeot can actually knock out our Pidgeot EX. Eek. Yeah, they can simply go for a boss, right? We need to top deck Nazball for Cornerstone Ogerpon. We're in such a bad position currently. At least we can like boss up the other Piloswine because it has a monstrous retreat cost. Maybe I should have went for a boss instead of a Jacques here to let my Pidgeot EX survive. But maybe they're focusing on evolving, right? Yeah, they're focusing on evolving. This guy also doesn't do too much damage. There is... What? They're getting rid of their boss's orders. That's perfect. By all means, you can go ahead. Now Blaziken shows up. Like, they're gonna be so surprised when a Cornerstone pops up. Okay, another Pidgeot EX for why? I don't know. Rumble, rumble, rumble. The Mamoswine. Okay, we don't mind one bit. Ability, ability, ability. What are you gonna do? Hey, now we have a body puffin. Quite funny. So, quick search. Instead of a Nazball, yeah. This guy most likely will not get KO'd. We could buddy puffin for Hoothoot, but I want to just let them knock out like all of these guys. I'm just gonna go with this. Let's go. Let's go. We might even boss trap this guy. And then next turn we Crispin and start swinging. Let's go. So even if they knock out my Pidgeot EX, my Cornerstone is invincible currently, and we can keep on swinging damage. The only Pokemon that can attack me is a Combusken, which is quite bad. And suddenly the tables have turned. If they would have bossed off and knocked out my Pidgeot, things like this would have not been possible, and they probably would have won. But yeah, they did not see that we were playing Cornerstone Ogerpon EX. Blaziken, other Pokemon with an ability, so that's 4 abilities. Does he even have Pokemon that do not play abilities? Maybe the Dunsparce, sometimes I see that in the Mamoswine deck. They did already burn so many of their cards, 26 cards left in deck, so even if they want to like try and mill us out, it's not gonna work, so we just chillax here. We Crispin, we start swinging. Earthen Vessel. Very crazy that they keep on playing. 2 fighting type energies. This one is also stuck, by the way. They could like... And that's why Cornerstone is in the deck. It's perfectly balanced. For every matchup you have some. Another Swine up. Cool. Max damage output 10 from a Piloswine. Max damage output 50. They will have to like, there's no way. And we can also Karate Belt with 140, 140, 280. We need to like Karate Belt twice in order to get it done. Evolution. Okay. It's our turn. We have an Ultra Ball. We don't actually need anything. Quick Search. Oh, Crispin is priced. Well, that's kind of annoying. Earthen Vessel then. Why the hell not? Okay. We just power up some energies. That's what we do. Fighting energy, and we chillax for now. And then we take out the Piloswine, go with that. That's the only Pokemon that currently can attack our Ogerpon. Attachment there. Quick Search. Are they actually going to be evolving into another Mamoswine in order to take down our Pidgeot? That would be very bad. This is exactly what they're going for. Another Mamoswine? That's like all of these stage 2s in play currently. 15 cards left in their deck. It's quite easy. But they do have 11 cards in deck currently. We slap 140. Yeah, it's fine. We just attack everything. Unless there's... if they had Canceling Cologne in their deck, that would have been really scary, but that card has rotated. So I have no idea what they're gonna do here. We also have Resistance, so currently their damage output, if they evolve, which is great, that means that there's also an ability. Torchic? Yowza, that's crazy. Combustion, 50 damage. Luxray, also an ability. 310. That's crazy. Now this is the game. Cornerstone, could get out another Cornerstone, but I'm only gonna do that as soon as I have an energy, otherwise they can like boss trap that, which is kind of annoying. They've already burned 2 bosses though, so maybe I am overthinking this. What can slap 210 without an ability in this deck? I don't think anything can. So yeah, the other part of the Azumarill deck is just playing with Cornerstone. Opponents think like, oh no, everything has an ability, I cannot touch this Cornerstone whatsoever. They might have Luxray, they might have Kling Klang. There's nothing that you can slap down on the bench currently that can hit me. Unless it's like another Torchic or whatever. Do they have recovery? $36 cards left in my deck, 12 cards left in their deck. We can just keep on attacking, and at one point we win. I know we need to take 5 prizes, but if the opponent is not able to hit me, it's awesome. And the opponent taking it slow, realizing there's no options, what are they gonna do? There's also like in this version 2 copies of Switch, so maybe I am over exaggerating by not slapping down another Cornerstone. Yeah, they're not doing anything. It's time for... yeah, we might top deck another Black Belt, right? A Black Belt. Schlap, 180. If we get another Black Belt, we can one-shot this Mamoswine. And now I need to play as little cards as possible, keep on attacking, and even if they like want to drag this out, I don't know if they have that much time, free time on their hands, but I would not be doing any of that. When there's no win condition, you don't... Yeah, you don't continue the game, right? Or maybe they've already left the building, because... Maybe they've already closed down their app and they have been inactive for too long and then we get the win. It's probably gonna be something like that. While we wait, this is the win condition. I was like, oh, Mamoswine, very bad matchup. And then I think, oh, I have the Cornerstone, very good matchup. So the combination of all of these are really, really fine. Unfair stamp, crazy. We did not top deck the other black belts. Crazy. They cannot retreat, right? But we compact with still one more Bossasaurus, I guess. Now we do the waiting game. We just chillax and see that the opponent is literally doing nothing. There's no win condition. If I'm thinking about like win conditions, there needs to be a Pokemon out there that does a lot of damage, that doesn't have an ability. And that's something they don't have. So yeah, waiting game. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing one more game after this one with the Azumarill. So we did showcase both sides to the story. Either you attack with Azumarill or you attack with the Cornerstone. Let's go. 2 prizes, let's go. Check out. 3 more prizes to go. Here's the Crispin I was looking for, so I could attack earlier, which didn't. It was not the case. Yeah, they're definitely inactive for too long. I also want to know which decks they were up against in that tournament. They were able to beat Gardevoir, Tera Box, Raging Bolt. They lost against an Ancient Box. Lost against the Charizard. Yeah, like stage 2 Pokemon. How did you lose against the Charizard, by the way? The Dusknoirs? Probably. Because you have double Cornerstone. They won against Dragapult Iron Thorns. They won against Poison Archaludon twice. And they also won against the Slowking. Also, Slowking is a deck I really want to be visiting soon on the channel. I think this is the only time Azumarill did that well. Insane. An insane story of an insane deck. Yeah, inactive for too long. Thank you for letting us know. So yeah, Mamoswine, apparently extremely favorable matchup. Apparently. Alright, one more game and we're good to go. So Azumarill, which deck do we want to see? Maybe a classic Raging Bolt would be insane to just slap that. Like the best decks in the format are based around Dragon type Pokemon, meaning that Clefairy is one of the strongest cards in the Journey Together format. Okay, this time around we did lose the coin flip, so it all comes down to what the opponent decides to do. As you all know, Azumarill, very strong attacker for 1 energy, 230. That's crazy damage output. So opponent goes first. We will have access to supporters, but our main supporters are like awkward, to say the least. Like Black Belt, that's our supporter. Yeah, not good, not a great hand. Looks like Ancient Boost, Energy Capsule, Metal Energies. Oh yeah, there's gonna be Poison Archaludon, right? Poison Archaludon. Poison Archaludon comes back with... I don't even know how that deck is... looks like. Oh, it's Archaludon, right? Not that many energies, and then playing like on the Patcherans and all that. I'm taking the mulligan, for sure. There's a Psychic Energy. Latias. Okay. That's what they do on their first turn, just a Brute Bonnet. Everything has an ability, which is awesome. So the best plan of action... Yeah, we will not be able to use any Noctowls whatsoever. But we are still in a very scary situation, right? If we fan call, we can get Hoothoot and Pidgeys and all that, but we don't have anything else. So most likely this is the better option, right? Yeah, we might as well already give an energy here. I don't know if I want to use the Jacques. Maybe just to tin out, I guess. Tinning is winning, that's what they always told me. Yeah. If they don't KO my Hoothoot because they're trapped, that would be awesome. They need to like do some poison magic in order to get it done with Patchland and all that. We will be able to use Noctowl. And then Noctowl can get Buddy Buddy Puffin. And Iono. Do I want Iono when the opponent literally has nothing? Most likely not, right? Fezandipiti? I think we have to wait. To play it safe, play the slow game. Evolve. Oh, there's a research. Not good. They have Turo boss. But the poison stuff is quite scary. Do they have the Ancient Energy Boost Capsule? How many of those are actually in a deck like that? 4? Most likely. Yeah, we have our Cornerstone, which cannot be hit, which is awesome. It can still get poisoned, though. Okay, we can get Switch and... Oh, there's the Buddy Buddy Puffin I really wanted. So with Buddy Buddy Puffin, because there's so many 2-prizers on board, I'm gonna get Marill, and I will also get out Pidgey. There's a rare candy in the deck. Yeah, rare candy is in the deck. Now, let's go. Now we Noctowl. Go for, I would say, there's still no Crispin, so that's kind of annoying. Crispin could have been awesome to use. We don't have that, so we most likely need Earthen Vessel. And I will also need maybe more Pokemon on the field. An Iono here would be awesome, right? We could still use Buddy Buddy Puffin because we have a Noctowl, right? We have a Noctowl in hand. So, Buddy Buddy Puffin. Get out Hoothoot, get out Marill. Let's go. Black Belt is something we most likely will not need. I don't think so, at least. Okay, there are options. We evolve into Noctowl, get out Boss, attack with Azumarill, knock out Latias. 2-prizer, 2-prizer. And since Noctowl has 100 HP, they're not going to be able to poison us unless they have Stadium as well. Pokegear Old School from... Was it Unbroken Bonds, maybe? Old School. Okay, there's an Arven. They don't alter our hand. That means Noctowl can get Candy. Candy can get Pidgeot. But they can actually knock out Pidgeot as a 2-prize Pokemon. So, I don't know if that's a clever idea. But Pidgeot can get any card we want, right? We knock out Fezandipiti. Okay, there's an Iron Bundle. Sure. Swing with your Iron Bundle. Who are you gonna knock out? Archaludon evolving. Everything has an ability. That means this guy's crazy powerful at the moment. Everything is alt art as well, by the way. Oh, that's so beautiful. Toxic Powder. Ow. Why do you poison me? Yeah, I think I will go for Azumarill, by the way. Azumarill time. Ow. And I go after the 2-prizers on the field. Marill. So, we go this guy. this guy. We needed to switch earlier, but sure. Noctowl. Using the Noctowl, getting the candy, getting the boss. Using the boss, knocking out the Fezandipiti, candying into Pidgeot EX. Using Quick Search, getting out another Azumarill. Sounds great to me. You can even unfair stamp. Would that be awesome? Okay, we have Super Rod, could get back, yeah, that's not bad by the way. Getting back these guys. Here we go, when first snap and your Fezandipiti is gone. Let's go. We have another one of these, which I don't need. I will just get out Ultra Ball. Get rid of this, get rid of that. Get our good friend Hoothoot. And now we swing for 230 damage. Fezandipiti gone. And they got unfair stamped as well. And we got a boss, so we can technically go after Latias up next. Knock it out to Latias and go from there. So the deck is so awesome. And we also have our Cornerstone, which is up and ready to strike. Just one attachment and we're good to go. Ultra Ball. What are they gonna get? At one point, they might get out another Fezandipiti. Now they have 0 cards in hand. 0 cards in hand. We don't get knocked out, by the way, if they do something like this. We still compact with a switch. So we Pidgeot switch, attack with Cornerstone, that would be an option. What are they gonna do? Retreat into Duraldon, slap with that. We can then give a little slap with Cornerstone. We are immune. Go with Azumarill and go from there. Yeah, sounds like a plan. We slap down another Marill right there. They have nothing in hand. They have to swing with this. We don't mind. We don't mind. 2/2/2 seems the most logical thing, but I think this guy is gonna be a very awesome Pokemon to knock out here. They have like only 1 card in hand. They can poison us. They can do that, but then they poison themselves. Poison themselves. Nah, they're not gonna do that. They won't. Here we go. It's time for Cornerstone Ogerpon action. So we have Nazball for later. An attachment here. A Nazball here. Actually, a Marill there. Then go for the Quick Search. Get a Azumarill. Evolve into a Azumarill. And slap for damage. So now they're in a position that we can knock them out with an Azumarill. The only thing we need is a Psychic Energy and it's knocked out. And then they have nothing anymore. Cornerstone, immune from everything that the opponent has. There's Hyper Blower. Sure. Take down my Noctowl if you want. It's only a 1 prize Pokemon. They're just gonna knock it out, that makes sense. But at least now we are in a very good position. Time for... always promote the free retreat Pokemon, you know, the classics. And now I technically can get out another 2 prizer because at this point it doesn't matter. Sounds like a plan. Should I? Yeah, there's another a Marill in play, so it doesn't matter. Let's go! Draw power! More cards we don't need, let's go. Quick Search, We need energies, right? Yeah, let's just get a regular energy. I could get an Earthen Vessel, by the way. I need to get rid of cards that I don't want anymore. Like this Buddy Buddy Puffin, for example. Get an energy. Energy there. A retreat. Here. And we have Night Stretcher and all that. So I think we go get rid of this, get rid of this. Get another Azumarill ready. And then the only thing we need to do is Night Stretcher boss with a Noctowl. Let's go. 230 damage with the Azumarill. We damage ourselves, we don't care. And there is a Latias right there. Right in plain sight. There was a lot of boss prize, by the way. We have everything in hand. Okay, what they technically could do, they could Iono us, knock us out with Poison and the Stadium card, and then we can no longer use Pidgeot, yeah, Fezandipiti, but then Pidgeot EX is still there. Okay, and Pidgeot can find Noctowl, so it's as good as done. This is checkmate position with the Azumarill deck. Archaludon back in the game. Oh no, we're poisoned. 8 damage counters. Yeah, that's the perfect play they want to do here. So we get knocked out through the means of poison. We can no longer use Fezandipiti. But we have Energy Boss in hand, so... Azumarill time. Energy. Bossing the Latias. And we win. So this deck undefeated today. And this is the first couple of tries I'm doing with the deck. So the deck is really, really strong. Very amazing to see new decks like this pop up on the online circuit. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. Helps out so much. I'm super grateful if you would do so. Subscribe for more Pokemon TCG content, and also go check out the sponsors that make the videos possible. DragonShield.com for your sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. Use the coupon ZAPLOS5 and get 5% off your order. TC Evolutions for damage counters and ability tokens. 10% off using the coupon ZAPLOSTCG. PokemonStore.com for TCG Live code cards. You can get them with 5% off using the coupon ZAPLOSTCG and instant email delivery as well, and cardmarket.com for European players where you're able to buy as well as sell cards to people all across Europe. Thank you all very much for watching today, and I will see you guys tomorrow for more Pokemon TCG epicness. Peace.